A very good afternoon, and thanks for clicking on to the brand new global weather report. Trying to shake things up a little bit, holding on to around the kind of 2,500 subscribers here on my YouTube channel. Want to really thank everybody for their support. This time of the year, typically a very dry time on my channel. Usually people drop off and they only come back perhaps once the winter time kicks in. But I do appreciate the fact that the numbers have been holding up. The views have been terrific each and every day on my video as well. So that obviously I'm doing something that is keeping people's attention. I look at each and every comment. I appreciate the kind comments that people are making with regards to enjoying the content and whatnot. And, I'm going to now try to kind of provide a separate series of videos which looks primarily at global weather and climate. So I'm going to try and separate the European outlook with the global weather report and make it a little bit more structured. Also a little bit easier to refer back to in terms of if you want to look through the channel and see specific videos rather than just being, a little bit of everything in one video. I want to try and make it a little bit more structured, if you will. I also want to try and add in a little bit more, and if people are interested, talking a wee bit about what my day job is. Truck driving, of course. An interesting example, just in the last 5 days, I started off the week at Eventon, which is about 25 miles north of Inverness. I'm based in Eventon, and I started my first job of the week, which is Saturday, the Wednesday, my work week. And as you can probably gather, I'm actually back home again. But I try to do a video 7 days a week, try to make it as interesting as possible for people. And I might try and start building into some of these videos a little bit of a kind of day in the life of a truck driver, and talk a little bit more about my work. If you're interested in that, some people probably not really that bothered, but I think there'll be a few folk out there that'll be interested to see what it is I do out with weather. So, to try and kind of cut this as brief as possible rather than rambling on, I'll maybe do a little video at some point inside the truck, show you around, and also talk about what I actually do. So I started off the week on Saturday, delivered up to Wick, Tesco at Wick, which of course is only about 15 miles south of John O'Groats. And then through the course of my 5 days, I'm away 4 nights of the week, usually in the truck, 5 full work days. I ended up down south of Maidstone in Kent a few days after being up in Wick. Then yesterday, I finished off my last job of the week was delivering to a fish farm on the west coast. So a great deal of variety in the job, and my ambition is to try and show you a little bit more about what I do out with weather. So to try and make it as interesting as possible, try and vary it as much as possible, try and talk about things that people maybe comment about. I'm doing my best to keep things as fresh and as enjoyable as possible. So the global weather report is going to be talking about climatic issues, weather events that are going on around the world at the time, talking about sea surface temperatures, La Nina, things like that, even talking about stuff to do with the winter coming up as well. All these things are going to be touched on, as we rattle through the remainder of summer and then on into the autumn season. So I think I've rambled on enough so far. Let's get on to today's video. And a lot of interesting, weird, wacky things going on at the moment in the world of weather. Snow. This is a tweet, and I quite often show tweets on my videos. This is a chap who tweeted out that snow in the middle of summer in central Afghanistan and also northern parts of Pakistan. So really weird and wacky stuff at the moment. Temperatures way 15, 16 Celsius below normal in areas that should typically be hot. This should be kind of the peak time of the year, just ahead of the monsoon season. But instead of seeing rainfall, we're seeing snow. Crazy stuff, actually. And it's not just here, but we're also seeing sea level snow in Greenland at Nuuk, as you can see here. And there's the snow again. That was a tweet I posted yesterday. High of only 23 degrees in Islamabad. Don't know what the average temperature actually is, but that is pretty remarkable stuff. Coldest June day on record for Dunedin in the South Island of New Zealand. So very interesting stuff. There is a lot of heat around in the world at the moment, but there is also pockets of cool as well. And right here on this channel, I try to show you a little bit of everything as opposed to just one aspect. Now, I'm a believer that weather and climate is very highly cyclical. I personally believe that it isn't necessarily carbon dioxide. There is warming, but I do believe there is more factors involved rather than it just being one primary driver, if you will. And I think it's a lot more complicated than just carbon dioxide being the driver of global warming. So, but yeah, certainly some very odd things going on in the weather at the moment. Southeastern portions of Turkey, temperatures near 50 degrees. As you can see, are mid-40s at least. Here, parts of the Middle East, we've seen some remarkable temperatures as well. There's another tweet there with regards to New Zealand. We also had some tremendous heat across parts of the United States. Unusual cool, by the way, up across the northeastern half of the country of the US. We had daytime temperatures of only 49 Fahrenheit, which is the coldest for so late in the season in Caribou, Maine. We had I think a maximum temperature. All these temperatures here, maximum temperatures minus 1.1 Celsius. Yeah, I know it's high up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, but still remarkable stuff. High of only 9.3 at Edmundston, 9.4 at Caribou in Maine, 10 and 10.6 in parts of New Brunswick as well. Then temperatures yesterday afternoon as high as 105 degrees in Georgia. So there is a lot of extremes going on between back and forth, wet versus dry, hot versus cold, and weather and climate is never boring, that's for sure. So yeah, temperatures yesterday, I think this was the hottest day of the year so far for Scotland. High of 25.6 at Aboyne, 24.5 at Dyce Airport, just to the northwest of Aberdeen. 24.8 at Inverbervie, pretty decent temperature considering it's right on the coastline. Notice here, much fresher conditions, only 17.9 at Bishopton, to the west of Glasgow, 16.7 at Prestwick. I think the highest temperature yesterday afternoon, England and Wales certainly very, very warm indeed, but again, upper 20s, the end of June. It's nothing particularly extreme or anything, but certainly a warm day, that's for sure. Leconfield, I think, was the warmest temperature yesterday in the British Isles. Current temperatures, it's fresher across the northwest, as you can see here, but we are probably going to see temperatures back into the 20s once again in the eastern side. A lot of cloud cover through Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland. And you can see here the temperatures where the sun is shining. We're up to 26 degrees at Doncaster. Another warm day. This is the current satellite image here. You can see that we've got a lot of cloud cover. We've got an area of low pressure over the Bay of Biscay that's trying to send a shield of cloud cover into the south and southeastern half of the country. As you can see, sunny skies, North Highlands, eastern portions of the Highlands as well. Hence why we're seeing temperatures bouncing back into the 20s once again today. And then, of course, the core of the warmest temperatures in the UK across Wales and across the central, through the Midlands, the East Midlands, up into the north of England. Plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures, as you can see here. This is the temperature anomaly chart here, and you can see here as we play through the loop, cool temperatures across much of Iberia. Notice that area of low pressure just to the north of Iberia, bringing unsettled conditions and cool temperatures. Look at this here, by the way. This is for this afternoon, 12 UTC. Warmer across the board across the UK and Ireland. As you can see here, the core of the heat in Europe over central portions of Europe. So Germany, in the Netherlands, in the western portions of Poland, Czech Republic, down into the Alpine region as well. We've got a lot of warm temperatures, but very cool across Iberia, which is interesting to see. Then as we continue to play through this, you can see here on Friday, notice here the core of the heat is shifting into central and northern portions of Europe here. Scandinavia going to see the hottest temperatures of the year so far. This is Saturday, and is it going to show it? Kinda. So notice here the cooler air coming in off the Atlantic here into the British Isles, and eventually as we go into the latter half of the weekend and into next week, we're going to have quite a distinct contrast. Cooler than normal across Ireland, Western Britain, into Iberia. Very, very hot conditions. All of Scandinavia, Finland, Russia, the Eastern Bloc countries, south and southeastern portions of the continent. The reason why is we've actually got an area of low pressure that is moving into the UK. Now, if you notice here, as we'll play the overview chart, let's go back to the current setup. It's quite interesting, actually, when you look at this. So there's the setup at the moment. Area of low pressure, going to bring plenty of shower activity developing through the afternoon with temperatures into the mid-20s, even the high 20s. We're going to start to see a little bit of instability developing with the presence of that low, edging across the English Channel, providing a layer of cooler air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere with hot conditions, humid conditions underneath that layer of cool. You force the air to rise and develop convective showers and thunderstorms. Gusty winds, hail, could see frequent lightning, for example, developing with these showers through the afternoon. As we play through the loop, the ECMWF indicates that low pressure system moving northwards through the afternoon today, developing those showers and thunderstorms, as you can see here. Now, keep your eyes to that system, rather innocuous at 1,000 millibars. Notice here, as we go through the next several hours, the system edges south according to the ECMWF, but look at how it deepens. It's developing in place into a fairly decent area of low pressure. Look at that, the pressure, 988 millibars. That is fairly significant for the time of the year, by the way. Is it going to show up? Yep, we're back. So 988 millibar low. We've got plenty of cool, disturbed, windy weather across the Republic, across Northern Ireland, and into the southwestern portion of England and Wales. We're going to see the rain developing, and it's going to wrap around this circulation, and the system itself should edge close enough to the UK to bring that cool air. Remember, I showed you in the 2 meter temperature anomaly chart, the cool air getting wrapped around that circulation into the UK. And notice here we've got an area of high pressure over the Baltic region of Europe here. Underneath that high, we've got plenty of hot conditions. But once again, in the UK, back to unsettled weather. So we're warm at the moment, we're sunny, but that's now getting edged away by an area of developing low pressure off the west coast of Ireland. That is going to bring and reintroduce the unsettled theme. I think the summer forecast so far is playing out quite well, if I'm being honest, and the June outlook as well. And over the next couple of days, I will try and get a July forecast issued on marthoganweather.com as well. Do check out the article that I wrote and finalised yesterday. It's available on marthoganweather.com if you're interested. It talks about the heat wave across Europe. So yeah, I think I've rambled on enough today. I do appreciate you watching. As always, please like and of course share with your friends and family. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for the notifications. Lots of interesting things to come here on my channel, and check back in each day for the latest. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. I'll be back again hopefully tomorrow with more. Bye for now.